Initially, one of my favorite things about Rooted was that it didn't come from here. God is God all over the world, and Jesus is the same Jesus all over the world. And that means that when I only see him through my own personal perspective of a young white girl who grew up in Kentucky, man, I'm missing out on so much about God. So the fact that Rooted began in an African church and then was developed by a group of diverse people from all around the world is really exciting. I went through it with the staff at the beginning of the year and loved it. It was super encouraging and challenging. I loved what it did for my relationships, even with my coworkers who I already love and get to live life with. It taught me so much from their faith. Their relationship with God gave me so much. I immediately went to Mike Havens and said, hey, I would love to lead a group of women through this. So I got to go through it a second time as a facilitator. What surprised me was how much God had to give me still, even the second time through. I was baptized almost 20 years ago. So when I opened the book and found week 1 asking me whether or not I had an appropriate view of God, if I saw him correctly, if I really knew who God was, the first time I went through, I was like, yeah, easy, checking this box. I know all the right answers to this question. But the second time I went through Rooted, I had a different experience. When we talk about how we view God, that discussion began to scratch the surface of something that I think is an incorrectly held view of God that I've had for a long time that I didn't realize that I had. God challenged me to change an incomplete and improper understanding of his nature through Rooted, and it took 2 different times of going through Rooted with other people to scratch the surface of that wrong belief. I'm praying that God reveals his true nature to me, that my eyes are open and my heart is opened to have a more full, more healthy vision of who God is and how I need to worship him. I realized after moving here 4 years ago, knowing almost nobody, that I needed to learn how to make friends and how to build community. Man, Rooted has been another thing that is quickly becoming a very important piece of that puzzle for me, because it's showing me how important it is to just show up. The consistency that's necessary to get the full experience of Rooted is vital, and I think I'm going to be taking that lesson with me for years in the future. It's so important sometimes to just show up. That's something I'm still learning, that's something I'm still struggling in, but I can't wait to make that commitment again this fall and go through Rooted a 3rd time and to show up all 11 weeks and the prayer experience and the serve experience. I'm gonna be there, and I know that God's gonna do really good things through that and in that, and I'm already thankful for what's going to happen. If you don't think you can commit a full 11 weeks to Rooted this fall, that's totally okay. It's happening again in the spring, and it's gonna happen again in the fall after that. If you have any questions about Rooted, or if you want to know what the exact schedule is going to look like for your group, or if you're interested in receiving some financial assistance, we would love to talk to you. You can call our church office anytime during office hours this week. You can also go out to the kiosk in the lobby. Some awesome people who went through Rooted as a pilot group will be out there, and they can answer some of your questions right now today. Or you can go online to vvcc.org/rooted to watch the videos that we've made talking about Valley View's experience with Rooted, and you can find out more information or register there. Rooted is kicking off with a large group gathering. All the Rooted groups will come together on September 9th. I'm going to be there, and I hope I can see you there too.